Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 250. Clear. Let's go, defense. Hey, protein spill. Check 52. Sit.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Okay, ready. Cut. Check nickel. 80 weapon. 7, let's go. Gotta do better. 7.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll set up a throw.
Come on.
The man is Westbrook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Let's go. Set up. 15 Lonnie. It's just me and you. Set, go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll drop the throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 24, check 39. Check, crunch. Let's go, motion.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Watson. That's caught by Penning. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They run right side with Hunt. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Watson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
This is that. 19. You ain't going nowhere. Tight end left. Tight end left. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, watch 85. Watch 85. Motion. Check 40.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Oh, man, come on.
Snags it for the pick.
Man.
They didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This game just does not like me, man. Know what it is. Just doesn't like.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go, team. We got to step it up. Hey, alert 3. 41 Mike. Hey, we go. Watch the eye. You're out. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 55. I got you, baby. I got you. I got you.
Now Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check, 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 check. Bang, 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 bang. Check. 24. Check hot, bro. Hot, hot. Watch twins. Watch twins. 31. Sponge, sponge.
From the gun, here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Second.
Picked off at the
Just don't
45.
like me.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves them much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Watch the pass. Go. 41's coming. 41's a mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Recon, 132 fighter. Watch the safety creep. Go. Scene 6.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
19, 26, go, go, and 58 is a fight.
To throw again on second down.
Oh my goodness.
Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for.
To give
And it's
me
3rd
nothing.
down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Watson on play action. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Reset, 19, 59. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. Check 3, check 3, check 3. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
I got him, back's mine. I got him.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Where's the tag? 19, 36. Rabbit. Check 3. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check. 59. Check. Ship. Motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. You ain't got him. Go.
Now Watson on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
This is just terrible.
Ready. Two's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Now. Bravo. 52's the mic.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Watson, he'll leave it for Hunt, complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. He's got Fuller. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. 59.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Here we go. Can Tucson. Oh, yes, come. Back. Hey, switch gears. Blue dog porkers. Jim. Kill. Yes. Let's go.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And some room to work. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38.
I'll just be out there
And he
throwing
will take
interceptions.
this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Watson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, check.
A give right side now to Hunt. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run with Hunt. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This will be taken short.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Watson to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Hey, 31. 50. Mike's 50.
Come on. You better bring it. Hey, no, look up. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Hey, we got a guy. Let's go.
They're going for it. It's Watson. The catch made by Hopkins. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 59. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go again.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Look at that. Every time I get a play, I get a penalty. Every time.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hitting yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Watson.
Look at that. Every time.
Another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Get a big play. This is the second time in the game.
To the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Right.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp.
I get a play.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ready, set, sing it, on. Pick up the ball. Shift, shift.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get it. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
61. That's box. Slide. Squeeze. Get in there. Yep. I got one. Delta.
2nd and long. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee.
Wow.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
You gonna say I got in the shower? I don't care.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
It's 12 o'clock. It was yesterday. It's 12. It's yesterday. It's yesterday. It's yesterday.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
I'm telling you, I'm going to stop y'all from watching that WWE stuff.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
It's the same thing. You do the same thing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he fires one incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Check 43.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Charlie.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And his kick is indeed good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8.